All right, let's talk. But today, we're not going to be looking at charts or technical analysis or any of that stuff. We're going to talk about something that's way more powerful, something that really dictates success or failure in the long run. We're talking about the inner world of the investor, that psychological journey that every single one of us has to go on. Let's dive into the one variable that truly matters the most, your own mind. Fear, greed, regret, hope, excitement, stress, anxiety. I mean, look at these words. These aren't just feelings, right? In the world of investing, these are the core drivers of the market. They're these invisible forces that push and pull prices around way more than any spreadsheet could ever predict. For your portfolio, these are the most powerful variables you'll ever have to deal with. It's an emotional storm, and every investor has to learn how to weather it. It always starts with that feeling of optimism, doesn't it? You see an opportunity, a real chance to build something for the future. So you commit your hard-earned capital, and you've got this vision in your mind. It's a moment of just pure potential, a belief that you're planting a seed that's going to grow into something really significant. And oh man, when the market starts moving your way, that feeling is just intoxicating. Your hope for a better future, it suddenly feels validated. The excitement of just watching your balance tick up, well, that's a powerful dopamine hit. And let's be honest, that's when greed kicks in, doesn't it? That little voice in your head whispering that this feeling, this growth, can go on forever. But it never does. It's just inevitable. No market goes up in a straight line forever. And when that confident green line starts to falter and turns red, that whole emotional foundation just starts to crack. All that optimism that felt so solid just moments ago, it begins to evaporate, and it gets replaced by this cold, heavy fog of uncertainty. And this right here, this is the cycle that traps so many good people. It starts with an unexpected dip. All of a sudden, fear and anxiety start screaming, and they are way louder than that long-term plan you made when you were calm and rational. Your brain's ancient survival instincts just take over, and logic goes right out the window. It sees those falling red numbers as a threat, and it just wants to get you out. So you press the sell button, mainly for relief, just to make the pain stop. But that relief is temporary. In that one moment, you lock in a real loss, and most tragically, you end up on the sidelines when the market eventually recovers. This isn't a failure of intelligence, it's a failure of emotional discipline. So this is the million-dollar question, right? If we know this storm is coming, how do we prepare our ship to sail through it, instead of abandoning it at the first sign of rough water? Well, the answer has nothing to do with predicting the weather, and it has everything to do with how you pilot the vessel. Think of it like this. Two paths open up in a shaky market. On the left, you've got the emotional reactor. Their phone buzzes with a news alert, and they're already changing their portfolio. They're basically just a passenger on an emotional roller coaster, driven by fear and impulse, focused only on the short term. But on the right, you have the disciplined holder. They have a plan. They understand that bumps and drops are just the price of admission for long-term returns. They aren't reacting to the noise of the day. They're focused on the signal of the decades. Some people call this the whale mindset, and it's a perfect analogy. Picture a massive whale moving through the ocean. It's aware of the choppy waves on the surface, for sure, but it's not diverted by them. Its course is set on a destination far, far away, deep beneath all that turmoil. And that's the mindset, to act with conviction and then to practice strategic patience, just letting all that short-term noise pass you by. You know, we spend so much of our time and energy trying to pick the perfect stock, the perfect fund, the perfect crypto. We tell ourselves the secret is finding that one golden ticket, but that's a total misconception. That is not the final boss. The real work, the hardest work, but also the most rewarding, is mastering your own impulses. It's about building a system that protects you from your own worst emotional reactions. Your greatest risk in the market isn't a crash. It's the reflection you see in the mirror when panic decides to take the wheel. So if there's one crucial thing to take away today, it's this. Wealth isn't generated by frantic activity. It's not the prize for having the quickest reaction to fear. True, lasting returns are the market's reward for withstanding uncertainty. In the end, wealth is simply a transfer of assets from the impatient to the patient. Always remember, markets reward patience, not panic.